You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Now, of course, then you have all these other people out here who just lose their mind when it comes to all this sort of stuff. And so take, for instance, this white woman, Shelley Luther. She owns a hair salon in Dallas. The county judge said, executive order, close your businesses. We're trying to save people. Then you have the governor, Greg Abbott, close businesses. We're trying to save lives with coronavirus. She decides, no, I'm not going to do it. Here is when she went before the judge, Eric Moyer, and all he said was, apologize for opening your businesses so we can move forward. You're not going to go to jail. This is what happened.
Proceed.
Judge, I would like to say that I have much respect for this court and laws, and that I've never been in this position before, and it's not some place that I want to be. But I have to disagree with you, sir, when you say that I'm selfish, because feeding my kids is not selfish. I have hairstylists that are going hungry because they'd rather feed their kids. So, sir, if you think the law is more important than kids getting fed, then please go ahead with your decision, but I am not going to shut the salon.
So Eric Moyer sentenced her to 7 days in jail. All then conservative white folks lost their mind. Oh, she was right. She was just. She should defy. How dare you fire Eric Moyer? He's an Obama appointee. They went on and on and on, even though he was an Obama federal appointee, but the Republicans refused to even give him a hearing. So therefore, he was never even giving a committee vote to be a federal judge. And so he's now actually a local judge in Dallas. Just so y'all won't know that. But then all of a sudden, she opened a GoFundMe page. $500,000 they raised on her GoFundMe page, touting her. Here's Kellyanne Conway speaking from the White House about how unfair Shelley Luther is being treated. All right, guys, come on. Let's hear what Kellyanne got to say. Okay, y'all get it ready. Let me know. So y'all got it now? Play it.
For the random jailing of, for example, the woman who's now a household name, Shelley Luther, who I think people have raised about $500,000 last I checked, I guess for her and for others, because that just strikes people as an unfairness on top of an injustice and wrapped around inequality. I mean, here's somebody who said to the judge, no, I wouldn't apologize because I need to feed my family. We hear stories like that all across this country. As of today, 33 million Americans have filed for unemployment. And it's devastating. It is economically devastating. It is a health and a financial crisis. And that's why we're trying to manage both of those every single day. So Governor Abbott is one of the governors, said he has a plan. He presented that plan to us. He's discussed the plan with the president and members of the task force. I know that is fact, where he has said, here's what we're going to do. It's a very big state, obviously. It's had different levels of infection in different places. But the great news is that we know we have excess ventilator capacity now. We have PPE capacity.
So then Governor Greg Abbott, he comes out and says that this was not what was intended. So therefore, no one in the state can arrest anybody and jail them for violating my executive order. And so here's the news conference when Shelley Luther comes out of jail to the cheering throngs of her supporters.
Free! Shelley free! Shelley free! Shelley free! Shelley free! How cool is this? Yeah!
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you guys so much. I'm a little overwhelmed, and I don't want to scare the kids. I'm okay, but I just want to thank all of you who I just barely met, and now you're all my friends. You mean so much to me, and this would have been nothing without you. Thank you so, so much, and I'll have more to say when I can gather myself, but I'm a little overwhelmed. I just want to say thank you.
So today, a Texas Senator Ted Cruz at her hair salon getting his hair cut, standing with Shelley Luther, saying that what happened to her is wrong. Oh, it's interesting. But here's also a tweet that he sent out. He sent this tweet out, what I found to be interesting. This is what he said. It was ridiculous to see Shelley Luther sentenced to 7 days in jail for cutting hair. It's not right. It's not justice. It's not Texas. But what it is white. Folks, here's the deal. The orders were put in place to keep people alive. I totally understand what Shelley Luther is saying. Her hairstylists have to eat. But what happens when you have dead customers? What happens if one of your employees gets coronavirus transferred to them and they bring it home and infect their families? That's why the executive order was put in place. But to see this whole reaction, how dare you arrest her? And then for Senator Ted Cruz to say, this is not Texas. This is not justice. Where in the hell was Ted Cruz when Crystal Mason was sent to jail for voting illegally? Where was he? Where was he when her own probation officer went before the court and said she wasn't told that she could not vote when she got released? The judge in Tarrant County didn't care, sent her to prison anyway, and she had to go back to federal prison for violating her probation. But Crystal Mason is a black woman, and Shelley Luther is a white woman. The reality is there are two systems in this country. And I don't really care if folks get mad. I don't really care if they say, oh my God, you shouldn't be playing the race card. You shouldn't be focusing on this. The reality is this here. The people who are out here who are yelling and screaming, oh my God, this is unfair, it's mostly white folks you're seeing. But you're seeing a lot of black people and Latinos who are dying because of coronavirus. And what you're seeing is white privilege. When you can raise $500,000 because a white woman in Dallas was just so offended when all this black judge said is, I won't send you to jail if you simply apologize. She said, I'm not apologizing. Y'all heard what she actually had to say. This is the sickness that's happening in this country. And then when you have the Kellyanne Conways and the Donald Trumps, for them to make all these excuses, oh yeah, and how she's now a call celeb. Now you got the Trump people who literally are calling Michael Flynn, the guy who lied about foreign contacts as National Security Advisor. They are now calling him their Nelson Mandela. I want y'all to know these people have no shame. And this is why people like this need to get thrown the hell out of office come November. I bet you wouldn't see all these people raising $500,000 for a black hairstylist, a black salon owner, if they opted to defy an order. By the way, the next time we see a black person defy a lawful order from a cop, I can't wait to see all of the Shelley Luther defenders come out and say they should have defied the order. So which is it? Which orders do we get to defy? Which laws do we get to say no to? Shelley Luther defenders. Do we get to say no to orders from the county judge and the governor of Texas? Or can we tell a cop, like the one who told Sandra Bland, get out of the car, and she said no? But that's right. Y'all said Sandra should have followed his order. But y'all just raised $500,000. Because Shelley Luther, white woman, blonde woman, defied an order. I just find that to be all quite interesting. Robert and Derek, what y'all think?
Well, I think this is one that you hit nail on the head when you said this is a fundamental aspect of privilege. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a fundamental aspect of privilege. Just what people have to understand is the absence of privilege is not the same thing as oppression. These people have got it into their minds that they have certain rights and privileges. They believe all that stuff they tell us in elementary school and in high school about being land of the free and the home of the brave. Black folks have learned that those things are very optional and very very much in question when it comes to law enforcement. I have sat in many courtrooms where people have gone to jail for simply defying a lawful order of law enforcement, and that being their only crime. I wish everyone got the same benefit of the doubt. I wish governors were intervening to stop nonviolent offenders from being placed into custody, but this is just simply another example of the inequities in our criminal justice system and the privilege which is provided. If you have a movement behind you, if you're politically connected, and if Ted Cruz comes out with coronavirus within the next week because he went to the Salon, then I still think they will find a way to justify these activities, because on the one hand, they are speaking out of one side of their mouth, telling people we are all in this together, running commercials and ads about the importance of social distancing and following the governmental guidelines. On the other hand, they have this rebel spirit that they're supposed to fight against the oppression of the government. And in the meantime, 80,000 Americans are dead.
Agreed, Robert. Agreed. And you so well said. I look at this and I'm one of the last persons to say, play the race card, play the race card. But right here, I have to pull the race card because this is all this is. One, I knew the story that all the judge asked her to do after defying, this executive order saying stay at home. He just wanted her to apologize. And I recognize you got employees and everybody, you got to feed your family and all that kind of stuff. I get that part. But he was willing to let her go. All you had to do was apologize. She didn't apologize because he was a black judge, period. And now all these people coming to her defense, it's insane. I looked at an interview yesterday with the Governor Abbott. He was on with the president. And he sat there and said that, yeah, we had this executive order, but I'm not going to put anybody in jail for defying the executive order and wanting to get out and work. Then why the hell put the executive order in place? What's the need for it? If it's okay for people to go out and defy it. And I guarantee you, if there's been a black person, their ass would be locked up right now, period. It's still locked up. It wouldn't have got out, and it would have been no $500,000 raised.
I guarantee you would not be $500,000 in some GoFundMe campaign.
And all we have to do is look at the numbers of people who have been cited or arrested for social distancing violations in New York and California, which are disproportionately African American and Latino.
35 of the 40 people in Brooklyn arrested for social distancing are black. Ain't that something? Ain't it something? Every single night. We've got some of the top black experts. You're not going to see them on cable news or broadcast news because you swear black people aren't experts when it comes to this health crisis. That's why we have this show and why we do what we do every day on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Joining us right now is retired General Russell Honore, the nation's first black Surgeon General, Dr. Joycelyn Elders. John Hope Bryant, he's the founder of Operation Hope. Senator Kamala Harris of California, Dr. Sadrina Calder, retired General Lloyd Austin, Congresswoman Karen Bass, Commissioner Omari Hardick, Bureau President in Brooklyn, Eric Adams, Dr. Joseph Graves, America's Wealth Coach, Deborah Owens, Dr. Corey Abear, Patel Salt, Howard University student, Pastor Jamal Bryant, Dr. Christy McDowell, Benja Ajilore, senior economist at the Center for American Progress, Gilda Daniels, again, author of the book, The Crisis of Voter Suppression in America. 4 stars, General Kip Ward. Dr. Oliver Brooks is president of the National Medical Association, president of the American Medical Association, Dr. Patrice Harris. Joby Benjamin, Dr. Alexia Gaffney, infectious disease specialist, Dr. Georges Benjamin, executive director of the American Public Health Association, Malcolm Nance, family medicine physician, Dr. Jen Cardle, Dr. Tashaka Cunningham, a molecular biologist, Kat Stafford. She's a national race and ethnicity reporter for the Associated Press. Dr. Wayne A.I. Frederick, who is the president of Howard University. University. Congresswoman Yvette Clarke from the state of New York. William Springs, AFL-CIO economist. Andrea James, executive director of the National Council for Incarcerated and Formerly Incarcerated Women and Girls. All right, let's go to Capitol Hill. Congressman Gregory Meeks, Congresswoman Inequity Johnson of Texas, Congresswoman Barbara Lee, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, mental health clinician Jamie Singletary, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Brayboy, as well as Dylan Hayrie, ACLU Justice Division strategist. Dr. Cindy Duke, she is a virologist. Principal Steve Perry of Capitol Prep. Health and wellness specialist Dr. Yolandra Hancock. Desmond Meade, president of the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition. Cliff Albright, who is the co-founder of Black Voters Matter. Michael Harriet with the Root. The Mina McWhorter, founder of Love by the Hand. Dr. Julianne Malvo, economist, president, Emerita Bennett College. Coroner Michael Fowler is the mayor of Atlanta. Keisha Lance Bottoms, mental health therapist Suzette Clark. Justin Gibney, attorney and political strategist, and Bishop Vincent Matthews Jr. Dr. Suzette McKinney, CEO and executive director of the Illinois Medical District. Dr. Leon Madugal, president-elect of the National Medical Association. Jana Bailey, mayor of Moss Point, Mississippi. Mario King. We're going to keep driving this thing to make sure our people are fully aware, safe, protected from coronavirus. You getting the top medical experts, top business experts, top political experts, top religious experts, because that's why we do what we do. Unapologetically and unfiltered. Ain't nobody else in the black media space doing what we do. Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.